Life and death of Adam and Eve in the beginning. When everything was perfect and creation was a pure expression of God's love, Adam and Eve were formed in the Garden of Eden. They were the first human beings molded by the hands of the Creator himself, made in his image and likeness. God gave them life and placed them in an earthly paradise full of abundance, beauty, and peace. In this place, all creatures lived in harmony, and Adam and Eve enjoyed a special closeness to God, who walked with them at nightfall. God gave them a responsibility to care for the garden and rule over the animals. He also gave them a clear and direct warning: they could eat from all the trees in the garden, except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. In the day that you eat from it, you will surely die, he told them. For a time, life in Eden was perfect. Adam and Eve lived in innocence, without shame or sin. But one day the serpent, more cunning than any other animal, approached Eve. The serpent, who represented the enemy of God, questioned the words of the Creator and sowed doubt in Eve's heart. Did God really tell you not to eat from any tree in the garden? Eve replied that they could eat from all the trees except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, because if they did, they would die. But the serpent replied with a lie. You will not die. God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like him, knowing good and evil. Curiosity and the desire to be like God led Eve to take the forbidden fruit. Then he gave it to Adam, who also ate. At that instant, their eyes were opened, and they realized they were naked. For the first time, they felt shame and hid from God. When God called them, they confessed what they had done, but they also tried to justify themselves. Adam blamed Eve, and Eve blamed the serpent. As a result, God pronounced judgments on each. The serpent was cursed to crawl and eat dust. Eve would experience pain in childbirth, and her relationship with Adam would be marked by struggle. And Adam would work the ground with effort to provide food. God also expelled them from the Garden of Eden. Oh, prevent them from eating from the tree of life and living forever in their fallen state. However, before they left, God made them clothing of skins, an act that symbolized both his justice and his mercy. Life. Outside of Eden, outside of paradise, Adam and Eve faced a new reality. Now the world was full of hardship, and death was an inevitable part of life. They had children, starting with Cain and Abel. But even in their family, sin left its mark when Cain killed his brother Abel out of envy. This event brought deep pain to their hearts, but it also reaffirmed their dependence on God. Over time, Adam and Eve had more children and descendants. They taught their family about God and the importance of seeking him. Although they could not return to Eden, they held out hope that one day humanity would be restored. Adam lived 930 years before he died, and during that time he saw his lineage grow and spread across the earth. His death marked the fulfillment of God's warning, "From dust you are, and to dust you shall return." Eve also faced death, leaving behind a legacy of humanity that would bear both the weight of sin and the promise of redemption. The legacy of Adam and Eve. The story of Adam and Eve is not only an account of how sin entered the world, but also a glimpse of God's plan for humanity. Through their offspring, God promised to send a Redeemer, one who would crush the serpent's head and bring restoration. Jesus, as the second Adam, came to correct what Adam had failed to do. Through his perfect life, his death, and his resurrection, Jesus opened the way for humanity to once again have an intimate relationship with God. In him lies the hope of returning to a heavenly Eden, where there will be no more death or pain,